Hi, and welcome to Computer Music Magazine's first look at the new Dune 2 soft synth from Synapse Audio. This really is our first look at the synth. We've just installed it, and we're going to take you through some of the presets and try to figure out what makes them tick and what features were used to create the patches. We will be doing a full review of the synth once we've spent some more time with it, and perhaps even a more in-depth video that breaks the features down properly. To find out more about Dune 2, download the demo and listen to Synapse's own demo songs, check out the link on screen. Alright, so the first preset is the kind of dancey, arpeggiated, sounds like sawtooth kind of sound with some filtering. The description says it's 130 BPM sequence, but let's see if we change the tempo if it will sync. Yeah, it's syncable, so that's just a guideline of where the patch is expected to be used. It also says that if we use the mod wheel, this will open something, presumably the filter, so let's try it. And this patch also seems to respond to velocity. And we push it up and the filter opens up. Okay, so let's try the next patch. Oh, a drum beat. So this time if we use the mod wheel, this gives us blips apparently, so and the pitch wheel is rate crush, I guess it's some kind of bit crushing. If we look at the voices section, Dune 2 has 8 voice sections, so if we solo each of them, perhaps the drums are on separate channels. Okay, so each of the drum sounds have been synthesized using a different synthesis method. Yeah, so if we flip through, if we look at the synthesis section here, first 3 voices are constructed differently. Okay, let's try the next patch. It's a big lush pad. And again, try the mod wheel. Again, it sounds like a multi-layer patch, so if we flip through the voices, the low element, higher element, harmony voice, yeah, another stack, and and something melodic there. And it sounds like there's quite a lot of reverb going on this patch. Let's see if we can figure out where that's coming from. Oh, okay, so we have FX plus 1. First stack of effects. So let's try deactivating the effects and seeing how this one sounds. And it still sounds very nice and thick, smooth, so quality of the sound is not just coming from the effects. Next we have nice plucky trance sound. Let's try the mod wheel on this. again, there's a ton of reverb on there, so let's deactivate the effects. So the E key's been used to thin it out, delay to make it bounce around. Nice airy reverb, and squashed together with some compression. Okay, onwards. Another kind of paddy chordal sound. Next. A kind of arpeggiated sequence sound, and it says if we use the mod wheel we can change the chord to sus2 sound. So this time the mod wheel is being used to change one of the notes in the chord. Presumably this has been done by using the modulation to control the pitch of these individual voices. Oh, okay, it isn't. That's not how it's been done. Okay, so this is one of the individual voices, and if we look at the mod matrix, we'll get some clues. And yeah, look, the mod wheel here has been used to control the third oscillator over here. So if we change that to anything we want, really, we could change it to 2 semitones instead. That's a pretty neat trick, it works very nicely. Again, the mod wheel here is used to introduce a sliding 7th layer. That's a pretty atmospheric sound. We could imagine that being used as part of like an intro or soundtrack or something. Here we've got another arpeggiated patch. Yeah, and this has used the onboard Arpeggiator to achieve this, so let's see if we can change the rhythm at all using it. This is a step sequencer style Arpeggiator. Maybe we can add some different notes. Okay, so the black notes are the note ons and the white notes are the ties, so we need to make our note changes on the black notes there. Oh, and it does have a complement of regular arpeggiation modes by the looks of it. Back to there. Okay, so we've got more of a typical arpeggiation going on there, but adhering to the rhythm. Okay, let's try the next preset. That's a pretty cool lead tone. What's next? As expected by the title, this is a big lush pad. Although we can't quite play a chord with it because it seems to be already tuned to a chord, so it's more of a one finger kind of thing. And it's another sequence part. Cool, so here are mod wheels controlling the cutoff. Oh, there's a kind of melody going on in this one. We also achieved with the Arpeggiator, perhaps? Yeah, this looks like it. Oh, an FM piano sound. Is a nice formant lead sound. Okay, so this patch is meant for hardstyle, running at 150 BPM, so let's crank the BPM up to 150 and we can use the mod wheel to control cutoff. Oh, this part is like a complete tune in a preset. Interesting, so... Oh, okay, so this is a complete MIDI part that's been used to arpeggiate this. Presumably you can load your own, perhaps? Yeah, you can load your own, and there's some preset ones by the looks of it. And you have some options for... okay, changing the options over here. So we can make it swing a little bit. Make it more staccato. Or legato. Okay, here we've got huge lead. And, alas, just a kind of standard dance leader patch. Plenty of unison. And Dune, of course, the original one was famous for its unison, and Dune 2 is the same way. Apparently it has a ridiculous number of Unison Voices available, and if we go over and look in the unison section over here, solo the first voice, we can play around with the settings. And this time we have a graphical representation of the spread of the Unison Voices. And this number here can be used to set the number of voices, so we've got 2. And so let's put that back up to 8, where it was before, and let's check out some of these other options. Let's see what happens if we change this. Okay, this adjusts the distribution between the voices. So in linear mode they're equally spaced. In non-linear they kind of seem to be bunched around the middle. This distribution method looks like it also drops off the level of the voices the further away they are from the central pitch position. Oh, no, okay, so we can use this to, this amount control has a further effect on the levels of the outer voices, it seems. or in this case, levels of the alternating voices. So we've got some tuned unison options here, perfect fifth, minor chord, major chord, oh, and this one must add a sub-oscillator. Bringing in the lower octave with the mod wheel. And over here looks like an FM synthesis algorithm has been used. And yeah, it looks like there's a couple of different topologies to choose from with your FM routing. Okay, so the first voice is using what looks like a wavetable, kind of a sampled waveform. With that cold top end sound. Oh, it looks like we've got a ton of different options to choose from. So for each wavetable you have a bunch of waveforms and you can morph between them with the position control. Looks like there's going to be plenty of synthesis potential there. Quite a acidic kind of trancey sound. Meant to run at 132. This is a nice slick sequence again, sounds like a MIDI file running the show behind the scenes in the Arpeggiator. Yeah. We can just reset it back to one of these preset patterns if we don't want that tune to play but we like the sound. So here's another big lush pad. It sounds like the LFO speed is being modulated by another LFO. Yep, so LFO2 has been used to control the rate of LFO1. That's a really simple trick, but it's worked very nicely here. And that's being used to control the amplitude level of all the layers, and then they run into a effect by the sounds of it. Yep, so if we turn off the reverb, it's more obviously a sort of tremolo effect. Nice, this sounds like another sort of ready-made soundtrack. I'm just playing one note here, but all this stuff seems to be going on. Solo to hear the individual layers. That's an Arpeggiator synth part. Sliding chord. Top layer kind of Arpeggiated bell. That sounds almost like a guitar kind of patch. Have a look at voice 4. See, this is using the wavetable synthesis again. The timing of this seems different as well. It's not a constant arpeggiating pattern, just certain notes seem to be picked out. So oh, okay, this is using the multi-segment envelope generator to control the pitch and volume envelope of this sound. This is the amplitude envelope, and this is the pitch. That's Pretty powerful use of these multi-segment envelopes. Presumably they can be snapped to a pitch to make it easier to dial in these kind of tunes rather than kind of doing it by ear. Like that's something that I'll have to wait for another day until we've read the manual, perhaps. It sounds like something similar going on here. Perhaps using these envelope generators again to control individual voice pitch, almost using them as a kind of programmable additional piano roll or arpeggiator. Something a bit more traditional here. Punchy kind of bass patch, and this would be the good kind of patch for testing out different filters. There's a drive option as well here. We've got low pass, band pass and high pass in this clean multi-mode section, and further down we have transistor ladder options. Presumably these are supposed to sound like a Moog or 303 filter. They're certainly more resonant and squealy. Some Salon key types. And we've even got the replication of the original Dune 1 filter if you crave the classic sound of the original Dune. Okay, let's see what's next. This is sort of THX deep note kind of converging towards a minor chord patch. Another kind of sequenced patch. Can play chords with this one. Is this done with the arpeggiator? No, again, it's the envelope generator seems to be used to produce that fast volume pulses, a little bit like you would find in, for instance, Massive or something like that. So we can adjust the slope of these as well. That might give us a more tight, punchy kind of sound. At least on the layer that uses it. And this is tempo synced, so maybe if we drop it down to half speed. Double speed. We can't quite get up to 30-second notes, but we can go up to triplet sixteenths. So we've got a real kind of evolving textural pad here. Okay, what synth would be complete without imitation of the Roland TB303 bassline box? So we've got two layers by the sounds of it. There's deep bass line and the strumming sound on top. Voice 1 is the sort of fake strumming sound. Okay, it's been created with a really fast arpeggio. Slow it down. Quite a simple trick, but it works really well. Voice 2. Yeah, that's created here. Again, using the multi-segment envelope generator as a sort of sequencer. Wobble machine, I think we all know what this is going to do. LFO and envelope controlled filter cutoff there. What sounds like some bit crushing going on. Let's take a quick look at the effects in a bit more detail. So, if we click each one of them, we can take a look at its settings in more detail. So here we are, the distortion is using something called rate crush. Basically a bit crusher, but we can select from all these other options as well. Set a blend of dry and wet. Following that is a EQ. Here it's been used to crisp up the top end and boost across the board, except a bit more at the top and the mids. Another EQ, there's a phaser. That's pretty thick at first listen. Chorus. This is the final patch in the demo version called Whirly Lights. Presumably it's a piano emulation. Put that mod wheel out, add some random stereo position of the keys. So now every time we play the key, it will jump to a different stereo position randomly. And the final patch is just a quick note reminding you that you're using the demo version of Dune 2 and that the full thing comes with 350 patches. So that's the end of our first look at Synapse Audio's Dune 2 synth. Watch out for the review coming up in Computer Music Magazine, and check out the synth at the website shown on the screen.
Download over 30 exclusive plugins. Get hundreds of pro-quality samples and power up your production skills with in-depth tutorials. We break it down for you step by step, and you'll see exactly how it's done in expert video guides and producer masterclass sessions with pro producers. Get all this and more with Computer Music Magazine every month on iPad and iPhone, PC and Mac, Android, and in print.